So the owner of all perfection in unlimited form is none other than Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Now we're human beings. We are human beings. We are limited. Allah is unlimited. It's not possible for us to make that connection directly. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has placed a deputy on this earth, a Khalifa. Now, if you're a head teacher of a school, when you go somewhere, you're already on a journey for a week or two. You place someone in charge to take your breath. Who do you place in charge? Anyone? No. You look for the person who's most similar to you and who can do your job, the job you want done. They can do it in the best manner, right? It doesn't make sense for you to leave a Khalifa, a deputy in your place, which doesn't resemble you at all. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has left a deputy in place on this earth who is literally in all of creation on the face of the earth, this deputy of his is the most resembling of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. His perfections, he has it to the highest degree amongst his creation. His beauty, his love, his mercy, his wealth. He's like a limited reflection of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And yes, when we say limited, he's limited because he's a creation. Allah is absolute perfection in its unlimited sense. All creation is limited. But the most perfect of the creation and the closest to Allah and the best in resembling Allah in his limited sense is Khalifa on this earth. Therefore, who is the one who loves Allah truly? In Ziyarat al-Jami'a al-Kabira, we say the following to the Ahlul Bayt alayhim salam: Man ahabbakum faqad ahabba Allah. Whoever loves you has loved Allah. وَمَنْ أَبْغَضَكُمْ فَقَدْ أَبْغَضَ اللَّهِ. Whoever hated you hated Allah, because you're the ones who resemble him the most in his creation. So you have an unlimited sky and you have a limited mirror of that sky. You look inside the mirror and you don't like what you see. You don't like what you see. So what does that mean? It means you don't like the sky. But you look in the mirror, do you like what you see? It means you love the sky because you like the limited version so much, right? Which is being reflected to you. So if you look at the sky, you'll be mesmerized. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has a Khalifa on this earth. This Khalifa is Babullah, anyone who wants to get towards Allah. And that's all of us, by the way. We're just not conscious, a lot of people are not conscious of what we truly love. Anyone who wants to get that perfection more and more has to enter through this door. Has to see closeness to the Imam of the time. So we are naturally in love with the Imam of the time, the Khalifa of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. All of us, all humanity is naturally in love. Question. So why don't I feel it? Why don't I feel my love for him? Why is it that I can go months without thinking of him? Unless I need something or I want something from him. Why don't I consider him to be my beloved? Why don't I feel that he's my beloved? But I feel that I'm in love with this extra person, why? Or some, celebrity or God knows what else. But I don't feel I'm in love with the Imam of the time. Why? Have you noticed that if you have a best friend who you love very much, a best friend who you love very much, you always enjoy being with them. You know that your love for them is sincere and you genuinely love this individual. On the night before your exam, you haven't studied the whole term. What are you going to do? You're going to cram all that information into your short-term memory. This is the one exam you have to pass, right? Everyone's waiting. The parents are going to ask your grade the second they come. Everyone's going to know what you're going to get. So you need to pass this exam, okay? On the night that you're studying, the one night you're studying for this exam, where you're going through the whole book which you didn't do the whole term, at that moment your friend keeps calling you. The friend who you love so much keeps calling you. What do? You put your phone away. Like, I can't. Tonight I can't. Does that mean you don't love your friend? Is the love of your friend eradicated from your heart in that moment? Or is it just covered with a layer of another emotion, which is worry, which is stress? Like, I love you, but I'm just stressed. I need to get this done, and then everything's back to normal. So look how sometimes you can love someone, but that love can be covered with something. So, loving the Imam of the time isn't something we have to acquire. It's something we have to uncover. But what are those layers which are covering the love for the Khalifatullah? What are those layers? Those layers, as the Ahlul Bayt alayhim salam teach us, are none other than our own actions, our own evil actions, our sins. In Dua Abi Hamza Thumadi, Imam Sajjad alayhi salam speaks to God and he says to God, you haven't covered yourself and hidden yourself from your creation, but it's your creation which has covered themselves from you. The Imam, what does the hadith say? He's like the sun behind the clouds. The sun isn't covered. We're covered from the sun. The sun is shining. The sun is shining. If you ascend above the clouds, you'll see the sun's always there. But how many clouds have we created over our hearts through our sins, through things that we know we shouldn't do, we know we shouldn't say, but we do them anyway. We say them anyway. How many of these sins have covered my heart, layer upon layer upon layer? We have to uncover our hearts from these sins. We have to be careful of our actions, so that slowly but surely that light and that sun and that nur, right? It begins to shine more and more inside us. We begin to see it more and more. We begin to feel it more and more, and that love which is innate within us, that love which is inside us, begins to emerge more and more. We begin to feel it more and more. Wouldn't it be nice to be from those individuals who, after the zuhur of the Imam takes place and the ultimate battle between good and evil, the majority of people will join the camp of the Imam. But there are a few select individuals who, before the zuhur takes place, they're already connected to the Imam. And the Imam, as Khalifatullah, he has access to absolute power because he's so connected to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. As Khalifatullah, as a deputy of Allah, he governs the world by means of these individuals. Wouldn't it be nice to be one of them? Wouldn't it be nice, instead of waking up in the morning and being concerned with materialistic things, with dunya, with things of no importance, with pleasing people who have no value, to be very frank? How nice would it be to start your every morning and the only thing in your heart, the only thing in your mind is Khalifatullah, pleasing him. What does he want from you? Wouldn't it be nice, instead of falling in love with a lowly form of creation which doesn't have any virtue, to be very frank, to actually be in love and have a relationship of loving Khalifatullah? People who are in love with him, they live differently. They might have the same job that other people have. They might, do everything everyone else does they might live very normal lives. But there is always this excitement going on inside their hearts because they're so in love with him. And day by day, their love is increasing towards him. Let's evaluate ourselves honestly. We all know the hadith of the Prophet ﷺ. He said, Man mata wa lam ya'rif imam zamanihi mata mitatan jahiliyyah. One who dies without knowing the Imam of his time, without recognizing the Imam of his time, has died as if Islam never came to him. This recognition and knowledge is not the knowledge of a passport definition. I know his father's name, his mother's name, when he was born. No. What's the difference between someone who you see from time to time, so you know of their existence, and your best friend? Your best friend who you know inside out. If someone asked you, do you know that person over there? You'd say, I know of that person. You wouldn't say you know that person. I know of that person, I've seen them around. But if someone asks you, do you know this individual who's your best friend? You say, I know this person. That is ma'rifah. That's what the hadith is saying. You need to know him like that. I know him. Why? Because my love has brought me so close to him that I know how he thinks, I know how he feels, I know who he is. Are we like that? Do I have a relationship with him? Or do I only use him to get my silly wishes? To get my kids married? Or to get myself married? Or to get good grades in the exam? He's just Santa Claus, with all due respect. Just a means to get what I want in my worldly life. That's not loving him. That means the love of what you want is more than his love. Because you want that grade, you want that wish granted more than you want to him. He's just the means to get that. And it's okay. It's okay for the beginning. But to live 60, 70 years and you haven't moved forward, that's unacceptable. Okay, in the beginning it's okay.
Go to Him and ask your wishes. But the more this love appears in your heart, the more you're going to feel, you know what? I want to be close to Him. That is my wish in life. That is my goal in life. That's why I want to exist, to be close to Him. If I want a house, it's so I can serve Him. If I want a good job, it's so I can serve Him. It becomes about Him. That's when true tawheed is entered your